the importance of coaches talking to our parents about heckling umpires and arguing calls and those sort of things. Because, again, our coaches are an extension of us, but so are the parents that are the parents of the kids that are out there are also an extension of us. So if little Johnny's pitching and, man, he's almost getting the corner and the umpire's calling it a ball, well, then all of a sudden little Johnny's parents behind home plate and that dad's like, come on, Blue, that was a strike. Let's go. Come on. The more you do that, the more calls Johnny's not going to get on the outside corner. You think about it. If you were the umpire and someone's razzing you from behind, are you going to give the kid the next one that's that same pitch, or are you not going to do it? So oftentimes, parents think they're trying to help. They think they're just having fun. Meanwhile, the pitcher's out there throwing good pitches, not getting calls, and now you see immediately his body language takes on that of the people behind home plate, right? Oh, that was a strike, and then you see the kid go like this. Or, oh man, that should have been there, and the kid's going like this. And you're like, what's going on here? You have to call timeout. You have to go talk to the kid. You have to calm him down. Meanwhile, it's all the stuff that's happening this way and on the outside of the line. So you need to have those tough conversations, because if you don't, the parent that thinks they're doing something good is really detrimental to the team. They're not going to get the close calls. They're not, it really turns sour fast in those situations. It's a tough conversation, but I think when you listen to the rationale behind it, it makes a lot of sense. They're just not, they're just trying to get the calls, and they wish it was a strike, and meanwhile, it's doing the exact opposite, and it's not helping anybody.
I saw it last night in the Maryland-UConn game, and UConn had a stud pitcher on the mound, throwing 93 miles an hour, dotting up the corners, and it's a tight game. UConn's got the lead, and there were a couple questionable calls, and the pitcher's body language changed, and he went from being fired up to arms went up in the air. He's kind of questioning the umpire. There were fans right behind home plate riding the pitcher. They were at Maryland's place, and the coach from UConn went out to talk to the umpire, and I'm not sure what it was about. They didn't really elaborate on it, but I don't think he was questioning calls. I think he was more trying to put a stop to the situation on saying, I'll take care of my pitcher. Just, maybe he's a young kid and he's getting, his emotions are getting the best of him. And then the umpire actually went out and talked to the pitcher and basically said, I'm not here to blow you up. You don't blow me up. I know that's close. It's missing a little bit. And the umpire did a great job of managing the situation and just letting the kid know, all right, you got your point across, but enough. I don't need you to put your arms up in the air, storm around the mound. Next pitch, he ended up getting the strikeout anyway, and it all ended great. But
that's awesome.
Sometimes emotions fly, and kids are angry out there. Parents get angry, but that umpire was obviously very experienced, and he did a really good job at calming down the situation and not letting his own feelings get hurt. But I think we can learn from that. I saw that situation. There's so many times where me as a coach, or really me as a player back when I was playing, I would get so fired up on questionable calls, when in reality, umpires are not going to react how you want if you're the guy on them.